On September 10th, 2025, Charlie Kirk was brutally assassinated while hosting a live event at Utah Valley University. It quickly gained widespread international coverage, which turned into a 2-day-long manhunt as the FBI tracked down the suspect, until Tyler Robinson was turned in by a family member as the suspect for killing Charlie Kirk. But the investigation doesn't stop there, as mysteriously, there were multiple people on social media beforehand who knew that something was going to happen to Charlie in Utah. What some could just pass off as a coincidence grew into a lot more, as it was discovered that some of these accounts had connections to his roommate and transgender partner, Lance Twiggs. This partner has been confirmed to be helping out the FBI with the ongoing investigation, which is where Steam gets involved. A Steam account that seems to be owned by Tyler Robinson has been found, and a related Steam group, which is now being investigated by the FBI for prior knowledge and involvement in the killing. As revealed in Discord logs, Tyler was talking about the shooting just hours after it happened in a Discord group with around 20 other members, with some of them joking about turning in Tyler for the $100,000 reward. So let's now take a look at Tyler's supposed Steam account. Before people ask why would I make a video about this, we have done similar stuff in the past, like when we uncovered Aiden Platursky's Steam account, who is a massive crypto scammer, and we revealed how he was using Steam to hide his money that led to Steam freezing Aiden's accounts and handing over transaction details to authorities. So now, as this Steam account and group is getting mainstream international coverage over an FBI investigation, I think it's only right to break it down as a fellow gamer and Steam user for anyone to see. The Steam account in question is this account, with the username Crafton, where they've had their real name as Tyler, located in Utah. Right away, we can see his past public usernames include Donald Trump, which appears to have been changed back in 2017 after using it for only 1 hour. We were also able to find some of his previous profile pictures in a group that he was involved in 10 years ago, which had some users recommending him to join our feminism. Back to his Steam account, he had some public screenshots showing he played Team Fortress 2 back in 2018, and we can see his Steam name was Crafton back in 2018, which lines up with our internal data for his username history. Now, he does have his Steam games and friends private, so we can't directly see them, but we know he owned over 150 games on Steam, and we can see things like his reviews, since you need to own a game to actually make a review. The one thing that is getting the most attention is his review for Helldivers 2, seeing as he made a reference to it on a bullet. His review was negative, talking about the game's previous situation with the PlayStation Network. He had a few other reviews like for Lethal Company and Sea of Thieves, which he had over 2,000 hours on. Through his badges, we can see he was actively using Steam with multiple community badges throughout the years. Looking through his inventory, he had a collection of over 400 TF2 cosmetics, and some for other games as well. You can also find trading cards and other items for a bunch of different games he likely owned, and this sticker called If You Know What I Mean, which is a sticker for this furry game that is described as being about queer relationships and hot gay sex. Now, we can't see the last time he logged on, but we can see the last time he bought a new game, which was on July 6th. So this is the Steam account for the suspect involved in killing Charlie Kirk. But it doesn't just stop here for the Steam investigation. As we mentioned, Tyler talked about the shooting just hours after in a Discord group, so it seems like the people who hinted something was going to happen to Charlie online actually knew. This has now led to a widespread investigation by the FBI to probe whether these pro-trans online groups and others connected with Tyler Robinson knew in advance. This includes Steam, as well as a trans organization called Armed Queers SLC, standing for Salt Lake City in Utah. The Steam group in question is Read This If You're Gay, which coincidentally is very similar to what Tyler Robinson put on the bullets. But it's not the group's name which is catching people's attention and the reason they're being investigated. It's because just hours after the assassination, this group sent out an announcement warning its users to start using end-to-end encryption messaging services, which just seems like very coincidental timing with everything going on. And it's important to note that at the time they made this announcement on Steam, the public still had no idea that a similar phrase to the group's name was on one of the bullets, so it's not like they were already getting attention. After people have started questioning the group, they have made a statement saying that they are not affiliated with Tyler Robinson and he was never in the group. But that doesn't rule out the fact that someone else, like one of the other 20 members of the Discord group who knew what was happening, didn't talk about it with someone else in this Steam group. It just seems extremely coincidental that this Steam group that has a similar name to the writing on one of Tyler's bullets knew what was happening and warned their users to start to use end-to-end encryption before any public news came out of what was written. This is why these groups are being investigated, because it seems very likely they had some sort of knowledge of this event happening. Over the past few days, this group has been deleting previous posts and messages, but that's not going to change anything as this is now an FBI investigation. When looking at this group, it takes just a few seconds to find some very concerning announcements, like saying Luigi Mangione did nothing wrong, which was another assassination, in that people should boycott the McDonald's involved in his arrest, which I luckily got a picture of before it could be deleted, like a lot of the other announcements that happened in the group. So where does Valve fit into this FBI investigation? As the company behind Steam, they are now in the spotlight, especially with the FBI probing this Crafton account and the Read This If You're Gay group. After facing criticism for a lack of moderation on Steam over the years, Valve has gradually been increasing its efforts. The company began by closing groups that broke the rules. By 2023, Valve had changed its rules to more actively moderate reported content. Now, with the FBI involved, Valve is likely handing over any related data like IP logs, purchase records, or group chats related to Tyler in this group just due to the legal pressure. I would expect Valve's legal team to be coordinating with the FBI tech experts to look deeper into any related accounts and potentially flag any other users. If this group is found to be involved, it's highly likely we could see more moderation on Steam to avoid having more situations like this in the future. It's one thing for a journalist to complain about some groups on Steam, but it's another when you now have the FBI investigating to see if a Steam group had knowledge and was involved with an assassination. I have reached out to some members of Valve for more information, but it's very unlikely they will give us a comment due to the serious legal nature of this situation. What happens next for Steam is up to Valve and the FBI, depending on how the investigation goes.